Hey y'all, welcome to Big Joe and Malia's World. Today I'm making apple butter. Welcome to Big Joe and Malia's World,
where we keep it hillbilly fabulous. Yee yee!
Alright y'all, apple butter. So, I'm making apple butter with Red Hot Candies. Now, some of you may be familiar with that, some of you may not. It's the way my mom made it a lot. It's really good. It's really simple, sweet apple butter, but it's kind of got a little bit of cinnamon kick to it. You do make it in the crock pot. It's pretty time consuming. It takes about 12 hours. So I'm going to start the process today, and I'm going to show you a little bit of how it looks along the way. But I'll show you the ingredients first. Here is my peeled and cored apples in the crock pot already. Got them ready to go. You got to have some water. You got to have some sugar. You got to have some salt. You got to have brown sugar, cinnamon and nutmeg, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and some Red Hot Candies. Any kind of apples that you want. I actually got a mixture of apples from the Carver's Apple Orchard the other day in Cosby, Tennessee, and I just kind of mixed them up. I used a little bit of each one. Some of them are softer, some of them are more firm, but they all break down pretty good in the process because it is a lengthy cooking process. But you can use any apple that you want. Just peel them and core them. And what you're going to do, you're just going to add all of these ingredients in here. There's the water, sugar, a little bit of salt, the apple cider vinegar, brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and the Red Hot Candies. You're going to put it all in the crock pot at once. You're going to give this a quick stir, and you're going to let this cook for 2 hours, and I'll be back. Okay, we're at the 2-hour mark, and here's what the apples and all the other stuff is looking like. So what you're wanting to do at the 2-hour mark, I'm going to use an emulsion blender, okay? Now, if you don't have one of these, you can do it by hand. It may take a little longer, but I'm going to mix all this until it's good and smooth, and I will come back and show you what that looks like. Here's what the apple butter looks like after you blend it all together with your emulsion blender. Or, you, like I said, you can do this by hand. You can actually pour it in a food processor. Emulsion blenders are just easier because you don't have to take you don't have to take anything out of the crock pot. Anyway, here's what it looks like. This is 2 hours of cooking, and hit it with the blender for it took a while. My arm got tired and I had to have Joe finish it for me. So it does take a minute to get it to look like this. So what you're going to do, you're going to let this sit in this crock pot for another 8 to 10 hours. And I know you're thinking, Malia, this is ridiculous. But yeah, it takes about another 8 or 10 hours. You need to check on it periodically, give it a good stir. It's going to be a really dark color, but I will keep you updated as we check on this through the day. Okay, this is 4 hours into cooking. We're just going to give it a little stir here. It's thickening up. It really is, and it smells so good. It is smelling up the whole house. We're about to die. It's about to kill us. But look how pretty it is. 4 hours. We'll check in again soon. 6 hours. 6 hour. It's getting thick. It is. And the smell. Oh my gosh. The smell in this house is driving us nuts. It is starting to look really, really good there. I'm thinking probably, I'm going to check it again in a couple of hours, but I'm thinking probably about 4 more hours, but it's starting to look really good. All right, Big Joe with the taste test. Let me look at that apple butter one more time. Look at that. It really took a long time to make that, didn't it?
It smells good.
And it took forever, didn't it? I mean,
yeah, well, you turned it down on low, I think, a little too early.
I think I did too. It ended up taking about 14 hours, so it's okay though. It's all right. So, let's do the taste test. Tell us what you think. It set up really good, though.
It did. Real good and thick.
Is it good since it's gotten cold?
It's real good now that it's set and kind of blended into itself. But everybody says only good apple butter is big batch apple butter. No. Small batch apple butter is just as good. This apple butter gets my